right, in this lesson, I want to go over favorites. And so if you haven't used favorites before or made much use of them, I'll go over them. Just kind of what's stored in the project, and we'll kind of get into some details later about where to use them. We'll kind of talk about composites and labeling in a future lesson. But yeah, I would strongly suggest start making use of them. It'll make sure formatting is consistent. It should make documentation faster and easier. So let's just kind of dive into it. So I separated them out between architectural and MEP. In the architectural, there's two folders. There's 2D and 3D. Briefly in the 3D, just made some folders for, as places to save future objects. As we start kind of getting into projects and start building some of these out, I figure we'll probably have certain appliances and plumbing fixtures that we'll want to use over and over, so we have a place to save them. Also in 2D, this is all kind of the annotation. Again, I've just got some empty folders here for as we kind of go through a few projects, places where, like, if there's site plan specific stuff you want to save and the like, that there's folders for that already. What is currently in, I'll make this a little bigger so we can see down below. So what's currently built out under controls, this is the grid lines, basically site stuff, site dimensions, setback lines, both for architectural or civil, depending, if you want just kind of two different sets. Dimensions are set, the elevation marker, the regular dimensions. Drawing titles, this is basically the text that's on the master layouts. And then this is just kind of a general drawing title for plans and the like. Under drawings, I might reorganize this, because now that I'm thinking about it, it doesn't really make a ton of sense. I might just, instead of doing drawings, I might just have different titles or something like that. But anyway, what's in here, I won't remove the objects, I'll just reorganize it. So if it doesn't match exactly when you open the template, that's the reason why. But detail drawings for, of a composite, a live detail, plan style drawing. Under details, the reason why I have different types is, again, like I said, I was making use of auto text. So these titles pull in different auto text or naming conventions based on how you name your view. So that's why there's different types, and we'll kind of go over that a little bit later. You can see general annotations for typing text boxes and the like, or just single notes, lists, just some different headers, general text, keynotes. This is where you'll get the keynote leader, and two different kind of legends. One is basically this will, like, if you want a keynote legend, and that kind of lives in the title block areas, in those locations. It'll list all of the keynotes for that drawing type, whether it's a roof plan or floor plan. So that's this legend. The second legend here is for it'll list only the keynotes that are used in the plan itself. So it won't list them all, it'll just list what's shown up. So there's two different legends, so you can choose which one you like best. A bunch of different labels. Again, these pull in from the auto text. So like for assembly, one with a master format number, one without. I'll kind of get into that later. Different ways to label composites. So there's a couple different tags. One's for the prefix of the name, one's for the suffix, and that'll go back into those underscores that I mentioned earlier when naming things. How you basically can just use the composite name to label on plans and the like, so you only have to change it in one place on the composite, and then it'll change everywhere on your plans and elevations. Element IDs, same kind of thing, one with a leader, one without. Then material labels, I'll kind of go into that as well, and surface labels. So it'll pick the surface for either side of the wall. And you can kind of have a small demonstration of all of these. Let me close this. If you go into the composites area of the starting view and the legends, there's this blow up. So these are all the different label types. And it kind of explains what the label type is, and you'll see what it pulls out. And how it graphically looks. And so the black is the actual label, and then the gray is the description of, what this is. So I'm trying to make use of the auto text there. It's different text to format schedules, so all your schedules are consistent. Same with title blocks. This is I think it's mainly it's text according to the title sheet, so that all of these that's the schedule. That's not what I wanted. Sorry, pardon me. Trying to do this quickly so I don't make a ton of time for you guys. So just like all of this stuff is all consistent on your title sheet. So that's what that is for. And then viewpoints. This is where you'll get your section elevation, wall section cuts, detail, and so this will not only pull the marker across, but also how the view is saved, like with the section cuts, where you do the cut, but then it's set to have the what's in the background faded, whereas wall section it just does the cut, nothing in the background shows up, and the like. So those favorites are saved here. In 3D, basically it's just a set of folders right now. I figure we'll kind of build this out as we start using this template in some projects. One thing is that I did put in there openings. I've got kind of a standard interior and exterior door. This is the text for the door or window IDs. I've got a typical window. If you want to see it bigger, this is kind of what the favorite is. And then also the zone markers. So one for the room tag. The areas, this is mainly like kind of a Newport Beach thing. Like the open volume and the building areas, allowable floor areas. And then like another one, gross area. So again, those are just different graphics that, let me close out of that. Different graphics that you see, like if you go to the legends, starting view. So these are the area favorite, and then that's what the gross area one looks like. So they just have different graphics associated with them. So that is favorites. I'll just do a quick example of like how we'd use it. Like I'm gonna pick a schedule. Let's just do the appliance schedule. So basically how you would format it is you just grab the star here. So what I want a header. I am going to grab the schedule header text. If I want a headline, I'll go in and grab the schedule headline text. So that's how you would apply them in like a schedule per se. So the value, again, schedule value, there's centered or left aligned, depending on how you want it in your particular schedule. And then also there's a total, so like and a grand total, and those you can kind of use those grand total as like a bold black. And then if you wanted, I have also got like a bold red that you can use, so you can see how that applies that favorite. Right now it's applied to value, so that's not where it should go. So I want value centered. So that's how you make use of the favorites in schedules and kind of things. So wherever you see this star, that's where you can use it. So I think that's kind of it for a brief overview of the favorites. I like using them. I just kind of gotten into them the last year or so. I think they've really sped things up for me. So I hope it's a time saver for you.